Alysheba Stakes. They're off. Neck and Neck had a good start. There goes Call Me George, and from the rail there goes Den's Legacy. And Den's Legacy goes up to grab the lead. Protonico up into second position. Noble Bird is now third on the outside, and Neck will sit fourth early on and race 4 lengths off the lead. Then Ride on Curlin to the inside of Call Me George. In behind them comes Cougar Ridge. And after that, it is Midnight Cello, and no surprise, Honor Code is last. That's the way he runs. He's 12 lengths off the lead after a 23 and 4 opening quarter mile set by Den's Legacy onto the backstretch, and Protonico under a stout hold will be second, and now just 3/4 of a length off the lead. John Velasquez just trying to rate him just off that pace setter. Noble Bird is third to the outside. Neck and Neck follows in fourth. Then it's Cougar Ridge to the outside of Call Me George, who's about 5 lengths off the lead after a 48 and 2 half-mile. Ride on Curlin rides the rail. Midnight Jello and Honor Codes really lost contact here. Honor Code's a good 15 lengths behind now as the field races for the far turn. Den's Legacy on top. Protonico continues to press, and Noble Bird is coming up to them now on the outside. Cougar Ridge is in fourth, and then it's Neck and Neck, followed by Midnight Cello. Honor Code is still last, and he's still 12 lengths behind, but he's running now as they come toward the top of the stretch. On the rail, it's Den's Legacy. Between horses, Protonico. Noble Bird to the outside. Neck and Neck is fourth. Too much work to do for Honor Code. Here comes Noble Bird on the outside of Protonico, and these two come down to the line with Noble Bird in front. Noble Bird, Protonico fights on, down to the wire, together. Oh, I don't know. Maybe Protonico. Noble Bird was right with him. Then Neck and Neck, Den's Legacy, and Honor Code finished fifth. That one was too close to call.
A nodding finish with Noble Bird and Protonico. It was indeed too close to call. Here's another look. Protonico's on the inside, and Noble Bird's on the outside. And as Larry said, it might have been Protonico at the wire.
Well, John Velasquez putting up a big ride. Protonico showing a lot of courage, almost Dortmund-like, fighting back for the win there. There's a reason that John Velasquez has made more money in earnings than any other jockey in history. He always saves a little bit. Now, John Velasquez is Todd Pletcher's other go-to guy. So when Javier Castellano jumped for Honor Code, it was a perfect fit to put John Velasquez on Protonico for Todd Pletcher.
And for Honor Code to be that far behind, as the results are now unofficial, there's the order finish with Protonico winning the photo finish. For Honor Code to be that far behind when the pace was slow.
Yeah.
48 and 2/5 seconds for the half mile.
As Larry said in his call, he had too much to do.
Yeah, I mean, that's way too far back for that horse to be at a mile and a 16th especially.
Well, the third Alysheba win for John Velasquez, and for Todd Pletcher, his second stakes win today. He won the Edgewood earlier on the card.
You can see Honor Code is last in your picture. Protonico and Noble Bird are heads up for the lead. Probably a 6 or 7, maybe 8 length gap between those at that point. And that's way, as Larry Coleman said, it's way too much for any closure to make up at that point in the race, given how slow they went early. But this is a fun race to watch. Noble Bird looked like he was positioned to go on and win by 2 or 3 lengths, but Protonico fighting back on the inside, which is the harder spot to win for a horse. It's intimidating being on the inside. So a lot of courage from Protonico.
And another very poor, puzzlingly poor effort for Ride on Curlin, last year's Preakness runner-up. So Bronco Billy may have to go back to the drawing board here for that one.
Well, the late money made Protonico the 7-5 favorite, the first favorite to win the Alysheba since 2006. It's Protonico. And John Velasquez heading to the winner's circle. We'll have the payoffs when we come back. What a way to get started with a bam, bam finish.